vacuum's not working properly, and I keep asking about it because that stairway is so filthy. But one of these days
So
I'll
my
bring
car's in the
vacuum anyway.
shop.
Oh dear, what does it need done?
The engine light came on and said that it was too hot and to stop immediately.
Oh,
So Brooklyn had wanted to come over, so I took her home, and I was just going home. I'd driven in from the lake on Wednesday, and that night when I was driving home, that came on. Thank God, it didn't come on when I was coming home from the lake. And so it's something about the coolant or something.
we've had both cars in getting the air conditioning fixed.
I had to get my air conditioning fixed as well. And that old clunker that I had before, when did you ever know it to go into the shop? Never.
Well, except that for a while it needed stuff fixed and you just didn't fix it.
Right, but it still ran.
Yes. Okay, I've got you up here.
I guess I should think of how I make these
I'm
cards.
gonna ask Darlene, do you have your sound on?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Darlene if she can hear us all right. Just to make sure everything is okay. Yeah, so Gord's still working on the electrical for our new tow vehicle, our old truck tow vehicle. So that's his project today. 1 step forward, 5 steps back. Yesterday he thought, okay, there's a breakthrough. I figured out this. So he snipped a wire, now none of the electrical works.
Well, my car's in the shop,
Oh,
and I was saying to Cindy, it's funny because my old clunker that I was driving into the ground,
right.
it might have gone in the garage once in its life that we had it. Like, it was just a great car.
That's the thing. Do we need more light?
And now this one
Oh,
is
let's have a look.
the second one.
It's, nothing gets made. Looks
I
pretty
think it looks pretty good.
good. Okay, a little bit of shadows, but
Looks good.
Okay, Darlene says she can hear us. I think
Alrighty.
the light looks good. It's a little shadowy, but I don't think it's bad.
Okay.
okay.
That's fine.
Because we can't. Let's just see if I shine. Because this will mostly shine on the floor. We'll just see. It's also going to block this one. It's not.
Yeah, some people have contacted me to say they'll be watching it later.
Yeah. No, that doesn't.
What if it's out here and it bounces?
Yeah.
Off sort of. Put it down and let's see it the change.
Oh yeah, there's a difference. I can see a difference. Can you see a difference?
It's subtle on here, but if you can tell, then
Yeah.
Well, when she moved
This
it,
also will put off heat.
yeah.
I'm actually fine right now, so
Okay.
I wore closed toes.
Okay, it's looking good.
I forgot what these cards look like.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, this is a nice one.
That's cute. These are very cute.
Are they marked which order they go in?
I'll put them in the right order. I did my homework.
I brought my knitting.
Oh, good.
And I thought actually, I might have a look. Pattern says I could use 2 balls on this, but I'm thinking I might just make 2 smaller ones instead. I'll get your opinion.
Your live stream is performance issues. Try closing any other applications. I don't have any other applications, but I will see what I have here. Quit. Oh, that's nice.
So
What is it?
it's like a skinny blanket, but if I quit now, it's like lap sized. And I'm tempted to do that and then just make another one. Instead of make it twice this length.
I wouldn't make it twice that
No,
length.
I think I'm just gonna put the bottom border on and call this done.
Yeah.
I think I can squeeze the border out of
Pearl and Hank is doing well with all their
Yeah.
classes and
Yeah.
everything,
it.
eh?
Looks great.
Yeah, this thing kind of gives me I just know what I'm working.
Good.
What doesn't show and stuff like that.
I'll show you later what this lady who does like fiber arts made a thing for the Folk Fest. She has a booth out there and she got chosen as an artisan to make an installment. It's really cool. It's Gord looked at it and said, is that like rug hooking, but you do it with a tufting machine? So you go through from the back and then on the front side you can shear.
Oh, I love,
So it makes
I follow
different-
people that do that.
So it's really cool.
I follow them. I did rug hooking where you actually shredded the wool fabric. So you went to Goodwill and got wool pants and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes, I have done a little bit of that too on like
That's
a burlap
very
backing.
cool.
Isn't it neat? And it's big. It's like as tall as the lady.
See, I would like to learn how to do that. It's so cool.
There's a
You can take classes in Winnipeg.
this lady puts on classes. Here she is shearing part of it,
I just think it's so cool.
and she did it in like a week because she
So cool.
Yeah.
The one that I follow made a rug for her wedding, all down the aisle. Yeah. That's so cool.
you might have shown me that one.
And it
Or I
had
may-
flowers all,
Yeah,
it was
beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
She does beautiful things.
Yeah, she put this.
We
up
are
on
memory
this-
keepers. Used to sell one of those
Yeah,
things.
my friend Kim does a little bit of it too. You
I
put-
bought Brooklyn.
I've done it manually.
Yeah, Brooklyn has the little pokey thing. How many people are on here? Say hi so we can see that you're here.
7 people. 7 people so far.
I don't know if we can. Well, I guess I could turn the camera. We could say hi.
I could take our picture and load it in.
Yeah. With all my
I
hair.
was gonna get Kathy to take our picture.
See all my hair?
Do a selfie. I know, it's amazing.
Isn't it? I'm growing hair, girls.
Let's see if we can get some of your workshop in here. There we go. Cheese.
Jeez. I guess we could talk and do this. And my hair isn't all gray. And there's some dark in it too.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah. Well, my hair wasn't totally gray
No, not at all.
before. No, that's not green. This one. This one. This one. And this one.
Look at the cute picture that came up the other day. That's the little table in the kitchen in Germany, and it rolls back into the cupboard.
Isn't that brilliant?
It is, totally. My little sweetie pies.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. You can create a poll, a question, and then there's options.
The other good thing about this is if it does get really cold down here, I have a blanket.
I was actually going to bring a blanket to put on my legs if it got cold,
I think I have one in my car.
but I'm pretty good. And I'm not claustrophobic now. I was a little bit.
Oh, yeah? Well, and she actually took a cupboard out of here. This was in there too.
Yeah. The mirror helps
Oh,
us.
that was over there.
The mirror helps as well.
Mhm.
There's a mirror behind you. See, you didn't know that about me.
I did not. Considering how you always set up your workspace,
So
I
tiny.
totally did not.
I remember taking my kids to Assiniboine Park Zoo, and we went into that tunnel thing, or whatever. It's like a cave, and I had a panic attack in there. And then another time, I took my nursery school kids to a play thing, you know, those tunnel things that you go
Oh,
in
yeah.
and all that. And they wanted me to, or one of the kids got scared, so I had to go in and get them. Had a panic attack. I had to get something from under the bed. And so I crawled under and had a panic attack.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Like, even if I get too snarled up in my blankets in bed, I'm like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
I'm usually okay in elevators and stuff like that.
Doesn't bother me at all in an elevator for some reason. But I don't like closed in rooms or something. Yeah. And I don't like looking over balconies.
Yeah.
Yet I can go on. I used to go on rides where I drop 1,000 feet. So who knows?
You're an enigma.
Yeah.
We're up to 16 people.
All right. We have 16 people. So we are all set up and ready to go, but we won't start for another 5 minutes. Cindy and I will just carry on chatting.
Without any swear words.
Yeah, no no swearing.
Mona's here, I think, for the day. Everybody's here.
Oh, I thought Kathy was just here today.
No, she doesn't usually work Saturdays.
Oh.
So she's in, no, maybe it's Michelle. Because she's in to show one of the staff members something.
Oh,
So she comes in sometimes to do a little training and
well, I had a lovely time at the lake. And I'm going back again on Thursday for a couple of weeks. Yeah. And then I'm home for a doctor's appointment, I think. Yeah, for a doctor's appointment, my 3rd month. And then my niece from Fredericton's coming
oh, good.
with the baby.
Yeah.
And she's coming for 5 days.
Hi, how you doing? Good.
and then I'm home for 5 days, and then I'm going back to the lake for 2 weeks. So,
So is she going out there, out to the lake?
yeah,
too?
she wants to come in and go to the lake. Did the Simply Stated come in yet?
Not that I've heard.
Okay.
Michelle, have you met Marilyn before?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Snap
Yeah.
occasion.
Oh, yeah, okay. This was, I inventoried my yarn
Okay,
last week,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, okay, this stuff better get made up into something. I don't know.
Cause I did.
She's like, stop talking about yarn.
No, I crochet. Well, I used to crochet. I stopped crocheting. Yeah, I tried to get back into it this year and then I didn't. So it's just because my grandma taught me and then she passed away a couple years ago, so I just kind of was like, right? Is it kind of like, you know?
Yeah.
But I think I got back into it eventually. But now I'm really into scrapbooking, so. It's,
You know what though, this is a good in front of the TV.
Oh my god, yes,
thing,
yes,
so
yes, yes,
I
yes.
crochet too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's really
my
good for that.
mom passed away recently too, and she had started crochet tablecloth.
Okay.
So my goal is to finish that before Christmas because it's red and has
Okay.
like flowers around the bottom. But it takes more than an evening to go once around now. So
Is it that really fine?
it's like cotton on a spool.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, it's gonna be really fine too, 'cause
Yeah.
it's a tablecloth, it's
Yeah.
not gonna be like.
And my hands aren't 25 years old anymore, so.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's, yeah.
I think that's, if it's not this year, it's next year, so it's fine. Yeah.
How much of it does she have done?
She did all the boring part.
Okay.
I probably have, I don't know, 25 rows to do.
Okay, that's not
So
so
it's
bad.
attainable, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm
It's
getting
my first
hair.
time working from the
Nice.
chart.
I have eyebrows,
Nice.
eyelashes.
That's exciting. Did it come in like, I mean, I guess you can't really tell yet if it cause a lot of the some people's comes in like different texture, different color. even.
Yeah, mine looks to be the color. I think it's going to be basically the same color it was.
Yeah.
It was gray with the darker back here.
The
But
texture
I was
texture
hoping
might
it
be different.
it would be curly, but there's no curl there.
Well, I feel like it's maybe too short to tell.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's still hope. I'll send
Because
good
lots
vibes.
of people get curly hair.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Chemo curls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You're finished with treatment though, right?
Yep, and actually, I have my 3-month checkup at the end of July, so it'll be
Okay.
3 months.
Nice.
And then, and the only symptom I have left is numb feet.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So even the tiredness is pretty well gone.
Nice. Well, that is
So.
really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a good ride
Yeah.
for me.
Good.
Not
We
bad.
better go open the doors.
Yep, okay.
But I will.
How many do we have in here?
19.
Okay, it's 10 o'clock, girls. So did you post our picture?
I did.
All right, so Cindy and I are here at the Scrapbook Cottage, and we are in the basement. They have a little studio set up here. So that's where we are. And so I'm just going to go through the cards to refresh our memory here. So this is the first card that we're going to be making. It says, flowers say what words cannot. I thought that was such a nice sentiment. And we have a little pop-up on the top of this. And a pop-up here. I guess for those, I keep thinking everybody knows us, but
We have some new
we
people.
have some new people. So before I get into the second card, we have Cindy, who is on doing the comments and will be answering any of your questions. She's sitting directly across from me. And then Cindy and I worked together at Scrapbookers Anonymous for years. I think 10 years. was-
Easily, however old Brooklyn is.
Oh, okay, so 11.
'Cause I think
14
Tanya was
years.
pregnant,
So, yeah, so we worked together for 14 years. We had a great little team the two of us. Cindy did all the ordering, all the product knowledge, and I did the classes, virtual classes, and my videos. Back then I did videos 4 times a week.
And that just started during
And that
COVID,
started during
'cause
COVID.
before that, it was a lot of live classes.
Right, we did in-store classes. Then COVID hit, we went to virtual, and I did videos. I started out doing 7 days a week, if you can believe that. And then we started these virtual classes, and we never did go back to in-store classes. And so we are continuing at the Scrapbook Cottage. After I was diagnosed with cancer in October of last year, I decided that I would be closing my store. So I closed Scrapbookers Anonymous at the end of February, end of January really is when it closed. And Kathy so kindly invited Cindy and I to join the Scrapbook Cottage.
Yeah, we talked with Sharon and Kathy.
Yeah, and Sharon.
Talked about what it would look like and how we could fit in, and it seemed to be a really good fit.
Yeah, so it was perfect. So now I get to do everything I love, and I don't have to do any of the office work, which is lovely. So now I do 2 videos a week for Scrapbook Cottage. I love making card kits, so I make card kits, and I'm doing virtuals. So this is my first virtual here, and there will be another virtual, couple more virtuals this year for sure. And Cindy comes in and does, you tell them what you do, Cindy.
I look at the shipments that are coming in and input a lot of them into our inventory system, and then when the shipment comes, I get them recorded in the system and priced, and I confer with Kathy about this would be great for Marilyn to make kits with. Let's make sure we show her that and talk about how many we need to order.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's a great asset also. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. As far as my cancer goes, I am, I've had my last chemo the end of April, and I had my CT scan, and there is no signs of cancer. So that's exciting. And so, I mean, it is a non-curable cancer that I have, but it's very treatable. So when it comes back, they'll just keep treating it until they can't treat it anymore. All right. So, so I'm feeling really good, and all the chemo has basically left my body by now. And so I'm good to go. All right, so we'll start again here. So this is card 1, and I said it has a little pop-up on the front. And this Flowers for the Soul, as soon as I saw it, I just fell in love with it. I love the colors in it, and I love pink. So I use pink a lot in my cards for Pinkfresh. You will see I've done lots of Pinkfresh cards, and pink is a color I use a lot. Okay, the second card is a waterfall card. And I've incorporated lots of the washi tape on this. This is a really fun card, and you'll see on the instructions, I give very detailed instructions with diagrams. So you'll be able to remake these cards or use a waterfall card in another, with other papers. This next one this is when you need your foam tape. So it is a little panel card. And you'll see that I'm using some, I'll go over that when we make the cards. This one is a pop-up frame card. And this one is another little pop-up card. You can see how that goes. I love it. I love interactive cards. I think every card I make is interactive at some point, a fun fold or whatever. And then this folds down like this little box card for mailing, and then it pops up like so. So cute. Okay, so I gather everyone has done their homework. So you'll see your detailed instructions, and I've put little diagrams. For some reason, strange reason, I enjoy making handouts.
It's not strange at all, because I also love that.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time on these, I can tell you, but I enjoy it, so why not? I enjoy taking the pictures and fiddling around with them, and yeah. So, it's the teacher in me, I think. Alrighty. So, if you're wondering where I got the sentiments from, the sentiments are from the stamp. So this not only has washi tape and a die, but it also has a stamp and stencils that you can get. So this is a stamp, and here are the stencils. Now, you can order these. Kathy, they're in the store actually. I think she ordered stencils and stamps. So some of you have already pre-ordered these and received them. And so if you are at the end of the class, if you see these and you love them, then you can purchase them. And then we also I used this die, and I think this is beautiful. This is called Fancy Circles, and you get 3 different sizes of the Fancy Circles, and they're quite detailed. You'll see that they have a little border of dots that are cut out. Now, when I used this, I did use bubble wrap and wax paper. If you're thinking, what the heck is she using bubble wrap for? Just Google it or search it on YouTube, and you will see the sandwich that you use for it. And I use wax paper on intricate dies so that these little dots just pop out. All right. So this one is called Fancy Circles, and I'm also using it. And then the other one that I use, and I love it, it's not by Pinkfresh, it's by Spellbinders. And this is the one that I've used to make little arches and whatnot. And this is called Make-A-Wish Art Labels. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I've used this quite a bit on different cards. And I can actually post a card that I've made using this die, and it's a great die. All right, so that's that. All right, so you can open up your kit, and in your kit you have your instructions. I have my bag of all my cut washi tape, so I'm going to put that aside. And then I have all the extras. Yes, there was extras for sure, but you're going to use these, so it's just nice to have them cut out. All right, so I just put them in another bag. And then you also have 2 packages of the card kits. They are marked 1 and 2, so we're going to start with number 1. So I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to carefully remove them because there's bits and pieces. So you have to remove them very carefully. All right? So this is number 1. So you saw how I removed that. The 1 is on the top, and I pulled it out. So this is on the top, so this will be card number 1. So I'm just going to take this one off, and I'm going to put these aside. All right. Now, in this card, you have these pieces, and I will go over them. The first piece is this one, and this is going to be for the pop-up, and you can see that it has score lines on it. Now, if you have missing pieces, which you might, we try not, but if it did happen, you can just tell Cindy, don't panic.
I suggest you make a note so that you have maybe a list of your couple pieces and let us know. If it's something like that white strip that Marilyn has her finger on, go to your stash and cut a piece so you can proceed. But if it's a more involved piece, make a list, card one, circle, etc., and we'll get you those pieces.
It doesn't happen very often, but I just in case. You never know.
100 pieces in this kit. So
And I made 40 of them.
Yeah.
So, all right, you're going to have a circle. Now this is just a regular stitched circle. And you're going to have an embossed piece of pink paper. Now this is using the Dots folder by Spellbinders. I've used it a lot. I just think it's a great embossing folder to have in your stash. I use it a lot. And you can see the detail on it. See those dots? So it's a wonderful.
I would call that one an essential.
Yeah, it's an essential.
Only can have, if you're on a desert island with one embossing folder, it should be Dots.
Well, Cuttlebug, when the Cuttlebug came out, it was called Swiss Dots. I went through 3 of them. I used it so much, it
agree.
fell apart.
Yeah.
And I was so excited when Spellbinders came out with one. All right, and then we have our gold paper. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to tape our gold paper onto the front of our card. I like using a tape gun, and this tape gun that I use is, it's called Easy Runner Grand, and it has permanent dots on it. I love it. If you decide that you want to erase this tape, you can just rub it with your finger and it comes off, or you can use a tape eraser. Another thing that I have is this little stand for it. These are new from Gabriel Hart, and it's just a wonderful little tool to have, and my little gun just sits in there. Because I can't tell you how many times I'm looking for that gun. Piece of paper gets on top of it, whatever. All right, I'm going to put this on here, like so. So everybody put that on your card. All right. The next piece is the pink. Now, normally when I am attaching an embossed paper, I usually use Suquang tape, because if it's a 3D embossing folder, for some reason this tape does not adhere well. So I either use Suquang tape or liquid glue, and then that seems to make it attached. But because this one is not deep, my gold is a little short. See, there's a mistake right there. I'm just going to trim this off. If your paper is a wee bit short, just trim it off. It's not going to affect the card at all. I just took 1/4 of an inch off. For some reason, mine is a little short. But it's not a big deal. And all you do is follow the little dots. Okay, so we've got that. All right. Now we're going to get our bone folder. And I'm going to fold on these score lines. Okay, I'm just going to fold them all. And they're all mountain folds. right now, and then I'll switch. But right now I'm just doing all mountain folds. All right, just to get it pliable. So now I'm going to go back and do it in the reverse, just to get it working. Usually on something like this, I like to do it both ways, and it makes the paper more pliable. Okay. All right. Once we have it pliable, we are going to, let me see here. Okay, so now it looks like this. So this first fold is going to be a mountain fold. The second score line is a valley fold. The next score line is a mountain fold. And now you're going to have a 1.5 inch strip in here. And you're going to create a mountain fold, a valley fold, and a mountain fold. All right, so I'll do that again.
Why don't you put it up this way? Like,
Oh, like this.
so they can see mountain,
Yeah.
valley, mountain.
All right. So that was mountain, valley, mountain. So it's like a little accordion there. And then mountain, valley, mountain, again, like a little accordion. And then this just goes right around to the back. So once you've got your two accordion sides, we're going to put tape on this 1/2 inch section. And then fold over this side, and it fits perfect onto it. So now you have this. And that's our little pop-up. Good.
Perfect.
Okay, so everybody's got their pop-up. Now we're going to attach our pop-up to our card. So I'm just going to turn this over. And I'm going to put tape all across the back or the flat side of it. And bring my card in. And I'm going to place it, I'm eyeballing it right in the center.
You're, okay, I was gonna say, you're really zoomed in, but you're perfect.
Okay. Now, once that is in position, we can now add our circle to the top. So again, we're going to put our adhesive on top of our pop-up. And I'm going to put my circle on top of it. Again, I'm just eyeballing. There's a really good pop to it. So it will lay flat for putting it into an envelope. And then when the recipient pulls it out, it pops up. I love it. Alrighty. Now I'm going to get my washi tape and sentiment for number 1. And here it is. Number 1. So let's just lay these beside your card. So this one was pretty easy, 2 of everything. And then my sentiment is, and I've glued my sentiments together because I asked you to cut extra backings. It just makes it stronger. Flowers say what words cannot. I love that. So these are all the ephemera that you're going to need to put on our card. To add the washi tape, I'm going to use my tape. You're going to find when you're using washi tape, if you're putting washi tape to washi tape, if you're going to glue on top of this washi tape, tape doesn't adhere well. So I use my foam tape or my foam strips or my Pop-Tarts if I'm going on top of it. But because it's paper on the back, it's fine to attach. I've got a little pokey thing there. Did I bring my pokey thing? No. But I brought a pencil. There we go. Alrighty. We're going to add these ones first. So I'll just lay them here, dry fit that on, and then we'll attach it. So they're just going to go under like that. All right. So I'm going to lift this up because I know that's the position I want. And I had my little where did it go?
What?
My little pad that I use for my tape. I don't know what I did with it. So I'm going to put this one right here. I thought I put it right over
No
here.
idea.
Oh, there it is.
It's invisible.
It's invisible. I use a, what is this?
I think it's a pad for a glue gun.
Pad for a glue gun. I use this to, I have it on my work surface, and then I don't get tape all over my work surface, and the tape doesn't stick to it. So,
Yeah, but if you have a Teflon or a glass work surface or
yeah,
one of those roll-up slippery things that you put on your baking sheets.
yeah, it's, anyways, this works great, and I love it. Well, you'll see when I'm putting on my sentiments, I love it for that as well. So this is just, one is going up there, and one is going down here, like so.
It's like finding the cover sheets for your silhouette mats.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So when you push it down, you can see them very nicely. All right. I don't have this. So I mustn't have put it. I mustn't have put it in the package.
Oh,
Alrighty. Okay. So now I'm going to put this on here. And I'm going to put 2 pieces like this. Okay? So let's attach this one first. They're easy to lift up. So it's going to go here. then I'm just going to tuck this in here. Now, I don't know if you got, you can say to Cindy if you got it or not. But if you got a little piece of, we might not have put it in. Maybe we decided not to. But it would be,
You can show them with the flower on, show the back side.
yeah, it would be a piece like this. So just in the comments, say if you got a piece like this. You might not have. So I'm just tucking.
Darlene has it.
Darlene
Who
has.
else has it?
Okay. Alrighty.
Yep.
I've made so many of these. Like this is the last. I think I had to make 4 extras, so I might just have forgotten it. Not a big deal at all.
Oh, now we're getting some no's. So tell me the dimensions.
Oh, okay. If you didn't get it, I'm going to cut it, and the dimensions are in your handout.
You can measure the one you just.
It's
took off.
1.5 by 3. You can do this later. You don't have to do it now. You can put it in later. Sorry about that. 1.5 by 3. And then you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, and 2.5, which is all in your handout. All right. So if you don't have it, just make a note and you can make it at the end. Okay, you don't have to worry about making it now. Those that do have it, will put it together. All right, so you're going to fold all mountain folds on those score lines. And then you're going to take your adhesive and you're going to put adhesive on the last 1/2 inch section and the first section. Okay? Now, if you want, you can use your Suquang tape as well, just to make it stronger. So you can also put this on instead of the other. I'll just do both for just to show you. Or you could use liquid adhesive as well. Okay. All right, now you're going to pick this off the backing. And you're going to open your card. All right. So now with this tape, I'll just zoom in here. Okay. So now you have the center score line right here. Okay. I'm going to take this and from about 1/2 inch from the right side, I'm going to put this just up to the side, the bottom of the score line. All right, so I'm 1/2 inch in and I've got it on the bottom of the score line. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top of this card and I'm just going to press down on it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, and it goes like that. So now it's attached. Okay? All right, now I have this piece. I'm going to fold it over on the second score line. So there's the first score line, second score line, I'm folding it over. All right? So it looks like this. And then I'm going to close up my card. And then when you open it up, it looks like that. Okay? So when it's open flat, this is flat. And then when you just close it a little bit, it moves. See that? So now on top of this, you have one flower left. So those that are going to do this at the end, just tuck this flower inside your card. Okay? So now I'm going to, and I will make it with you at the end, so don't worry, we'll make it again. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on. Now when you're putting this flower on, you don't want the flower petals to go past the top of that pop-up. All right? Or otherwise it's not going to fold properly. And there you go. All right.
Have you ever made that pop up out of acetate? On the inside? You have, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have. Yeah. All right. And now I have my, I'm going to put this in here. And now I have my words. So I'm going to flip those over. I've got my adhesive on here. So now I'm going to lay this down on my card. And there we go. Pops. And now you've made one card. So beautiful. I think you could probably, on the stamp, could you do some inside sentiments? Yeah, you could put "Here's to a bright and beautiful days." You could put that on the inside of the card if you wanted, if you have purchased the stamp. Or you could put "A bouquet of joy for you." That could also be on the inside of the card. So you can let me know, let Cindy know when you're done. And we'll go to card 2. You can just say done. Or if you want me to repeat something, I can do that as well. Explain it. Are they done?
6 of 27.
$27 people are on?
20.
20.
Can you repeat the pop-up?
Pardon me?
Can you repeat the pop-up?
I sure can. Okay. And this is the pop-up. So you're going to do mountain folds on all the 1/2 inch. All right. Mountain fold, mountain fold. Now, in your instructions, if you want to make this again, right here is my pop-up. So you can see here, indicated by the blue lines, I'm going to put adhesive on the first one and adhesive on this one. All right, so it looks like this. Okay, so there's 1 score line here and 2 score lines here. All right, I'm going to take this and I'm putting this, the center score line of the card is right here. I'm placing this just below the score line, over 1/2 inch from the right. Okay? And I'm just going to close up the card, just so it attaches. Okay, so now it's attached. So now it looks like this. It's attached. You can see it's attached there. So now I'm going to take this top part here and I'm going to fold it on the second score line. So we've got tape on that first section. It's a little crooked there. We've got tape on the first section when you fold it over. And now I'm just going to take the bottom of the card and I'm going to fold it up. And then it attaches. See that? Is that okay? Once you have it attached, you're going to take your flower and you're going to attach it, but you do not want the petals to be past the top of your pop-up. All right? So I'm going to put my tape on here. And there it,
She says she's got it.
okay, so there we go. All right. So you can put your card aside. Now you can grab the second card. Now this one is the waterfall. All right. So in this kit, you're going to have a piece of gold. And this is, we're going to mat our sentiments on it. You have a white strip. You have your waterfall, and it says pull here on the bottom. And you have 3 circles, and you have 1 fancy circle. You have your pink embossed paper and your gold paper. Okay? And your card. Now, I've given detailed instructions on this as well, so that you can make it again. So as we're doing it, it's kind of good to follow the little pictures, and then you'll know how to make it. You can do lots of fun things with this, and a lot of the cut apart papers that Simple Stories or Echo Park have, sometimes they have 2 by 2 squares, and usually in 4s, so you could make this and have an extra one in it, and they're great for waterfalls. Alrighty. So the first thing we're going to do, oh, and I want to get my number 2 flowers. Okay, and everybody has all those pieces? If you don't, just mark down. Okay. You're going to take your gold and you're going to put it on the front of your card. There we go. And then we'll take the pink. Now the gold would be 4 by 5 1/4, and then this would be 3 3/4 by 5. All right, we're going to set this aside. And I'm going to bring in this. Okay, so put this in front of you. It's folded in the proper direction. Okay. So what I want you to do is we're going to open it up, and I'm going to fold on these score lines. I'm going to go one way and then the other. So I'm doing all mountain folds first. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do mountain folds again. I just want it really pliable. And then I'm going to flip it over and it says pull here. Now the pull here is a stamp. It was by Lawn Fawn, which they don't have anymore. I don't know why they stopped making it.
I don't know.
But you can certainly print that. for the pull here with a pin.
Yes,
But I have stamped them all on yours.
or an arrow.
Or an arrow. But yours are all stamped. All right? Now, if you have a corner rounder, you're going to take your corner rounder and you're going to round the bottom of this. Okay, it's not necessary, it's optional, but if you happen to have a corner rounder, then you can do that. Alrighty. What?
Unrelated.
Okay. Now you're going to take this strip. Okay? And this strip is 5.5 by 3/4. Okay? And where this is going to go is right here. So here we have the pull here, and then this is this top flap. So I'm going to put my Suquang tape right here. Okay? So you can see I'm going to put my Suquang tape right there. So it's on this flap. Because my tab is 3/4 of an inch, I'm going to put 2 rows of this. It's just good to have a strong adhesive on this one. All right. I'm going to remove that tape backing. Now I'm taking this 3/4 of an inch by 5.5 strip of paper. I'm eyeballing it, and I am going to center it on that tape. So it's right on the bottom. You can see it's right on the bottom there. So I'm just going to eyeball that and put it on. Okay, so now you have this piece that looks like that. I'll let everybody do that. And you can see in the picture, you put your tape here, and then here's the strip in red.
So far, so good. So far, I'm with you.
All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold these sides back to the back of the whole piece. Okay.
Like a belt.
So it's just not to the back of this top flap, it's to the back of the whole unit. Ta-da, like that. All right? So it looks like this, and I'm folding the right, I'm folding the left, and I'm going to flip it over. And what I'm going to do is I am going to join those tabs. All right? So I'll just put some tape on here. If you have a pencil, Might be easier instead of eyeballing it. Just draw a line there, and then you'll know how far to put your tape. So I'm going to put my tape on.
You could probably even rub your fingernail along it just
Yeah.
to make an indentation.
Yeah, just to make an indentation. I remember making these years ago, and they were way more complicated than this. All right. So before I take that tape off and somebody says, "Can you show me again?" I put the tape on the bottom of this top panel, and then I put the 3/4 by 5.5 piece of paper, strip of paper, across, centering it. And then I took the sides and I folded the right side over to the around the whole unit, and the left side, so it's around the whole unit, just not the top. Okay, all right, so now I put my tape on. I drew a little line there, and now I'm going to take my tape backing off. Once I have the tape backing off, I'm going to take the right side and I'm going to fold it over, making sure the sides are even. If they're not, it really doesn't matter. And there we go. Now if you hold the sides, and you're going to see you can pull it like that. That's right.
Now, if you're not sure that you got it right, try it first just with tape runner and not Suquang tape. And make sure you can run it up and down like a belt, like Marilyn just did.
Yeah.
And if that works, then you can use Suquang tape.
Yeah. So easy. And I think my instructions are pretty good for you, so.
I'm big on the do a trial run just with like
Yeah.
something I can pull apart.
I was
'cause
going
I'm
to,
known
I
make
was
a
thinking
mistake
that when I
first.
did it. That they'd say, "Show me again."
But, you know, it's just cardstock. If this one doesn't work out, you have the dimensions. You can make another 2 strips of paper.
So when you get that done, just let us know and I can go on to the next step.
Selena says, so fun. Yes, it is so fun when it works.
Okay, it's getting cold in here.
Yeah, it is chilly. I'm the person who gets the shaker card already and then forgets to put the shaker bits in and has to peel the shaker card.
Oh, yeah.
apart. I'm getting better, but
It's getting a little chilly down here. I had to put a sweater
do
on.
you want my blanket? I just cast off the stitches.
Oh, you know what? I will take it.
Okay.
My feet are getting cold. I have numb feet from the chemo, and you want this on the floor?
It's washable.
I'll put it on my knees.
Yeah.
There we go. Alrighty.
Yeah, Lucy says, I hope you brought parkas.
Okay. I love it. I'm going to say that a lot.
Oh, yeah, they're beautiful. I'm thinking I should have bought this kit. Maybe I'll get all the used stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have an extra set. Okay. Now we're going to attach our circles. Okay. All right, we're going to start with the bottom one. So there's 3 circles. I'm just going to go through this so that you can see what I'm doing. So I have 3 panels here. All right, there's 3 panels. So I'm going to put tape across this panel, but you're going to see you don't need it on the sides here. Okay, so we're just going to put a piece of tape in here. I guess I could actually put it on the top of the circle.
Yes.
So we're going to put it
That's
on
the
the top of the
safest way.
circle.
Yeah.
So one circle is going to go here, and then the next circle is going to go here, and then the third circle is going to go here. All right? So that's how we're going to do it. Now, I am going to I'm going to take my pencil again. This I'm just going to put tiny little, well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'll flip it over. I'm just going to draw a line at where I'm going to put my tape. Okay? So you can see that these are 3/4 of an inch or so. So just kind of put it about 1/2 an inch or something down there, just to show you where to put the tape. Okay? I could even put it a little lower. No, I think where the circle ends on the sides, that's where you should put the tape. So I'm going to do that one. All right, so now I've got where I want to put my tape. And
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, you don't want it
yeah,
sticky
you
on
can't
the
have it
edges.
sticking out.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to take my Sukwang tape and I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to follow the line of the circle. I think I just used my tape runner to tell you the truth.
Now, would this be a spot for liquid glue?
Yeah, you could use liquid glue as
Let's
well.
not be too
Yeah,
generous with it.
yeah.
Look at me talking about liquid glue. I used to never ever use liquid glue, but now that they have the very small dollops from the nice small applicators,
I am a tape
I'm
runner
getting better
person.
at it.
I use
Me too. And
tape runner.
Tape runner is much more reversible if you have a problem.
I'm not a big tape user, or Sukwang tape, except if I want it to be in a strong, make it strong. All right, so now I have my tape on here. So now I'm going to flip it over and put it on. And so it's even on both sides. Whoops, it's even on both sides. So you can see how that's going to work. Da-da-da-da.
Elaine has just joined us. Good morning, Elaine.
Alrighty. So now I'm going to take my next one. And I'm going to put this on here. Now I'm lining these sides up. See that? And I'm just going to mark where that circle is right here on the sides. And just kind of draw a little line there. Okay. And then I curve or cut the tape to go along the curve. I was working on a card last night for next week. It's so cute. I'm using little critters. I love cards with critters. All right, I peeled that off. Okay, so I'm just taking a look where this is. It's right here. And so I'm just going to put that at the top there, matching up the sides. There we go. And of course, I always have to try it because it's just so cool. And then I'm going to take my third one and matching up my sides again, matching it up to the top. I'm just going to mark it here and here. And again, I will put my tape on here. But I really do think I used just my tape runner on my other one. Oh, I forgot one more. Trim that off. So now that you know how to make a waterfall card, you'll be making them. Just check where the center is and then put it on, lining up the sides. And there we have our waterfall. Now these circles I cut on, oh, I think I punched these out, but if you had a silhouette, you can cut them. If you don't, or if you have circle dies, you can just cut them out. They are 2.5-inch circles. But again, I don't normally use circles on them. I use squares. So I would have 2x2 squares on here. All right. Now we have this beautiful fancy circle, and that's that die that I showed you. And it's going to just go on the top one. I didn't think we needed them on all of them. All right. So I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to put adhesive on it. Now, I just realized something. I want to take my scissors before I put that on, and I am going to cut the top here just to round that off. So I'm just going to follow the circle and cut that off. You don't want to go right to the top part because you need to have
A hinge
a
there.
hinge at the top.
Okay, I wondered about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm just going to trim these off. And I've left, it looks like a 3/4 of an inch hinge there. Okay, and it still works. It just made it flow nicer doing that. So now I'm going to take my fancy circle and I'm going to put it on here. Okay, so I'll leave it like that until everyone's done. These are scissors by Spellbinders, and I just love them. I think they're great scissors. I use them all the time.
They are also Jennifer McGuire's favorite.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, they're mine too. I was watching a video of the Paper Pixie. I love her little, she always does boxes and cute little things. She did a really cute little purse.
Oh,
Favor box.
Oh.
It's so cute.
will you send me that one?
Yeah, it's really, really cute. So I'm going to make one.
Somebody did a die recently. It might be Concord and Ninth, and it's like a little beach bag. And one of them has like the holes in it, so you can put little like charms. The die has little charms that look like you would poke them
Oh
through.
my goodness.
They keep coming up with more cute stuff.
I don't like, as you know, I don't like too many fiddly things. But
This was extremely fiddly.
yeah, if it's real fiddly, no. How's everybody doing?
Darlene says she loves her scissors too. Yeah, these are primo scissors.
Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous scissors.
And you know, good scissors are like a lifetime investment. I was using my Fiskars sewing scissors the other day. I have never regretted spending the money on those scissors.
No, and I have a really good pair of sewing scissors. But it was funny, Brooklyn was over and she was doing something and I have all my scissors in front of me in a little rack. And she grabbed these scissors and she goes, "Oh, these aren't paper scissors, are they?" I said, "No, they are, because they're heavier." And she said, "I can use these?" And I said, "Yes, they're paper scissors. You can use them. They're not my sewing scissors." She knows
Yes, yeah.
not to use my,
They have classifications. That's good.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I used to tie ribbon on my ribbon
Yes.
scissors, but I don't do that anymore. Alrighty, are we ready to decorate? Okay, let's get our number 2.
We're aiming for 3 cards before lunch,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we doing the harbor cards first?
Well, this one is a harder one, and this one is at the end. The next 2 are pretty easy. Oh, that's my card. What's the next one? Yeah, the next one is pretty easy. Okay. I put this wrong. I put number 2 on the wrong one. That goes with there. How did I do that? Mix these up.
Do you need
That's not it
your
either.
picture from your post?
That's not it. gonna put my little flowers out.
Okay, the bag mark number 2 might actually be number 5 on the homework.
Oh, okay. Oh, the pictures that I posted.
And 3 is 6.
Okay, sorry about that. We'll get it figured out. Well, these are the ones you need right here. Part 2. So here they are. Alrighty. Actually, we could just put this on here now, I think. I think we'll attach this and then we'll put our flowers on it. Okay? Alright, so take your waterfall and flip it over. And just on that 3/4 inch panel here, this band, that's where you're going to put your tape, just on the band, no other place. This is the only place that it gets attached to the card. Okay, so I've got my tape just on this band. And I'll take those off. All right, I've got my card in front of me, and I'm going to eyeball this and put it in the center. Okay, so that's the only place that it's attached. And then when you pull here, it'll work. See that? Ta-da! Okay. So now we can start to decorate. So I have this one, and I'm going to put it right here, like so, okay? So I'll just dry fit it right now, and then I'll glue them on. And then this is going to go here. And then down here, we're going to put our grateful for you always, and that's going to go here. All right, so we can get those on now. I'll put the large one on first. So this top leaf, I've got it pointing up. Okay, and then this little one, I'm just going to tuck it behind here, like that. So it looks like that. So pretty. And then Grateful for You goes right here. And there we go. So you don't want anything hanging over the top, because then when you pull this, it'll get stuck. I've got adhesive on here.
If you have any kind of powder tool, you could also
Yeah,
pat
if
that
I had
onto
my
there.
powder tool, that's exactly what I'd do. Okay, does everybody with me? Alrighty. Are they doing good? All right, so I'm just going to flip this up like so. And we are going to take this one. And again, I'm just going to do it a dry run here. And then I've got 2 sets of leaves. And they're going to tuck in here. And again, you can't go past that top part. And they're just going to tuck in here like that. So I have not put them on yet. I'm going to take a bouquet of joy for you. And that's right here. And what we're going to do with this is we're just going to take it, and I'm going to attach it with my tape runner. I'm just going to put it on this gold. Okay, and I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch around it, so it looks like that. All right, so I've got 1/8 of an inch around here and here. Now I just use my scissors, and I'm just going to cut. And it's best to use long scissors for this. I think you get a more even cut.
I use my guillotine trimmer.
Yes, you could also use your guillotine trimmer. And then it looks like that. Okay? So once you've got that done, then I'm just going to dry fit it on here just to show you. So it looks like that. Okay? All right. So now I know the positions that I want. I am going to add adhesive to them. So this one is going along the bottom here. Now it can hang over a little bit from the circle, because that's not going to interfere with anything. And then I'm going to tuck in a leaf here. If you've got a more permanent adhesive, you can always cut the stem off. If you can't get it tucked under there, just cut the stem off. Okay? And that's going to tuck in there. I do have a bit of the leaves hanging over, but that's fine.
Yeah, side to side you can hang over a bit, right? It's just
Yeah,
the top that you
it's the
don't
top
want
you can't. So you can't have it hanging over this top either. So now it looks like that. And then I have this, a bouquet, and I'm going to put that right there. And there you go. Alrighty. Everyone doing good?
They're loving the card.
Good. Again, if you're having problems with things sticking, you could try liquid glue or put some Suquang tape. I'm just using my tape runner. As long as it has some kind of paper behind it, it seems to work the best. And if it really doesn't stick, then I would go to a foam strip. Alrighty, now I'm going to flip this over and we're on to the last one. Okay, so we have these pieces. So this one I'm going to put on first. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one on. And then I'm going to put this daisy up here. And then I'll put these little roses over here. Okay, so that's how that's going to go. And then I'm going to take, here's to bright and beautiful days. I'm just going to slide that over. And I'm going to put this on the gold paper, leaving 1/8 of an inch, like that. And then I'm just going to cut with my scissors. Or, as Cindy said, you could use your paper trimmer. this is going to go across here. Okay. All right. Take these off. So again, this one is going to go first, and it's going to go right here. And then I'm going to put this one on here. I think I'll cut the stem off. Just slip that there. Again, I don't want it past that top there. They can go over the sides. That's not a problem. There we go. And then this is going to go right here. Now on this one, I am going to put on some Suquang tape. Because this one side, the right side, is going to be on top of the washi tape. So I want a stronger adhesive on it. And if that doesn't work, I can always use my foam tape.
This is like 3 little cards with all these nice messages.
Yeah, it's beautiful. As soon as this was the first card I made, when I just had this vision of using it as a waterfall card. That was my vision. When I saw those fancy circles, I thought, yeah, it has to be.
When I have trouble falling asleep, which is a lot, I make myself go through all the steps of making a card.
I do too.
Starting with scoring the paper and cutting it in half and folding it and running through bone folder.
That's what I do too.
Yeah.
Like last night, actually what I do is I usually put together the card I'm making on the video or something like that. I put it together in my mind. So last night when I went to sleep, I was putting these together in my head. My life revolved around cards. Okay. Yeah, so as soon as I saw these circles, these fancy circles, this is the card I wanted to make. It was just perfect. There we go. If you want, you could actually put those roses up there because there's sort of a blank spot there, but it still looks nice.
If you want, because you have extra pieces, you could put pieces on the back sides when you open.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want, and you could put another little piece there because you've got
you
extras.
Could put more personal messages
Now,
on there.
another thing, those that follow me, I have that favorite stamp. It's by Mama Elephant, and it's a long stamp. And it's happy birthday. And it's my favorite. And Kathy has ordered it when we get our Mama Elephant. It's just a favorite of mine. Now, I've made these and I've put it here with my little squares.
Okay.
And I've put a sentiment on here, which is kind of cool. Now, you can't be putting any bulk on that but you can stamp something, right? And sometimes you can add a piece of flowery paper or something if you wanted. But I don't think it's distracting when you have all these beautiful flowers that you're flipping, because that's what you're concentrating on. All right, so there's that card.
I'm gonna send you another card that would be great for fancy circles.
And then I have used Flowers for the Soul for some other, on other cards that I've done videos for. And I will post those in the group and give you some more ideas for using them. Okay? Alrighty. The next one's pretty easy. Card 3. I think this is so pretty. And you can't, just looking at it does not do it justice this way because you don't see the depth. The video looks a little shaky there.
Straighten your panels too. They're a little wonky.
Oh, I'm moving them. There. All right. This is card number 3. So now I have to figure out which one is what.
Number 6.
I used it. I think it's this one. I don't know how I did that. Got it mixed up. Crazy. Okay. There's all my flowers. So I'll just put those aside right now and we'll make our card.
Keep in mind, these cards would look beautiful with any arrangement of flowers or different washi tape if you have a different washi tape.
Yes.